Well, so you can kind of see.
Hi, we're Dan and Mary Buckley, here with our two dogs, Fritz and Oscar. We just retired, bought a camper, and now we're on a great adventure to see our wonderful country.
I had one of my sensors come loose and let out a whole bunch of air on my tire. At least the sensor, the device is working properly. There's a little sensor, goes up on here. It comes a little bit loose. It's supposed to tighten up. This little lock nut back there is supposed to tighten it up. It come a little bit loose on me. Let out a whole bunch of air, and then the sensor went off on me and let me know, so that's good. So as you can kind of see, it's the end of a long, hard day. Thank the Lord we're all safe and sound. So yes, we're back at Hurricane Cliffs again. We left here about a week ago, headed out to Vegas. Went out there for about a week, mainly to help my sister. She just had a surgery. We were going to go out there, plan to camp somewhere else out there, but ended up camping at Red Rock for a while, mainly to help my sister and have a place mainly a little bit closer to her. And then from Vegas, we left there and got here yesterday, last night, and even got our old campground back, which is kind of nice, or campsite. But the drive from Vegas, that little drive on I-15 from Vegas until you hit the canyon there, the Virgin River Canyon, it's pretty boring, pretty uneventful. Almost fall asleep, nothing out there, not much going on. And coming back, it was the same way until we almost got to the canyon, and just almost at the mouth of the canyon, we had a problem with one of our tires and had to stop and fix it. Couldn't figure out what's going on initially, but let me kind of describe here what we found out happened. So I ended up getting a alert from our tire minder, which was good. Alerted us to losing air pressure, and we were losing air pressure rather quickly. It got down to 40, or not 40 pounds, got down to 60 pounds. So lost 20 pounds of air pressure rather quickly, and got out and started to fix it. Had a lot of theories, a lot of ideas what was going on, but all my ideas were wrong until I found out what really happened. Was able to change the tire, got it off, and take a closer look at it off the side of the road, and took a look, and it was a stem problem with the stem. So what happened on here, on the old one, I initially thought it was a tire minder issue, because it was, I screwed it on and moved it around, and it started losing air as soon as I moved it around. So I thought it was a tire minder attachment. Come to find out that wasn't it. And then I moved it around like this without it on, and it started leaking. So I thought it was inside there, losing air, something happened. But what I found out after taking a very close look at it, and I don't have the original tire stem, but this rubber part right here, if you can kind of see it right in there, there's a big rip right up through that tire stem, right in there. And if you moved it just the right spot, it would leak air, and then running down the road, it seemed to want to vibrate and leak air. So that's what happened. And was able to get it fixed here in Hurricane Cliffs, little town of Stout, I think it is here. Able to get it fixed quickly. So now I got the job of putting the this old tire back on, taking the new tire off, and replacing this, which not looking forward to it, but got to do it. Oh, one thing I did find out on this trip is I got a jack. Jack's rated to lift this trailer no problem, but this trailer has a very high clearance. ready to take off and go on a day trip here. Going up to Zion National Park. Going on a little scenic drive, I think to Mount Carmel. Scenic drive is what it is. So we're going to go up there and see what it's like. They say it's supposed to be pretty nice. We're going to check it out. For anybody who happens to be watching right now, this is May 2024, and both the campgrounds here, the Watchman and the South Campground, are closed for renovations. Today is grocery day. Go get a few supplies. I pay less in gas than I pay in groceries. Time to add a little bit of water. I normally don't travel with full tanks. I don't like traveling full tanks because of the issue that these micros have. A little bit of weakness in their freshwater tanks, even though I have reinforced mine using nuts and bolts. Haven't had any problems. But I'll usually fill it up maybe about 2/3 full, and then carry 4 or 5 gallon collapsible buckets. I also used to use a little drill pump, but I found this on Amazon, which fits these collapsible buckets. Put this on and does a pretty good job. You don't have to drag out the drill pump or the pump or anything. You just use this and dump the water in. At least these bars come in handy. And as you can see, it collects up a lot of dust coming in through this intake. The exhaust is not so bad. There is some there. I'm not so much worried about that as what's coming in here. We got a little fuse here. Not so sure if that's the replacement for the old glass fuse or not. Probably is. So I got as much as I could cleaned out. Unable to get all the way back there, but I don't think that makes much of a difference. One thing is I did put a couple screws right there. These are the screws that came with it. There was only 2 there. I put a couple more here for stability. I actually also put a couple more on top because I think they only had 2 on top. Put some more screws on top to give it some more stability. So what I did do to help reduce some of the dust, so I bought some of this filter, kind of similar to an air conditioner that got up top here, very similar to that, but I got some of this filtering so that when the intake, on the intake part of it, I'll put it in there and hopefully it'll catch a little bit more of the dust, keep it from going back and eventually, you know, causing problems because of all the dust that gets back in the refrigerator. What you're supposed to do to this stuff, I cut it out about the size I needed, but you're supposed to let it soak for about 5 to 10 minutes and it expands. As you can see, it'll expand in size. So let it soak for a little while, had to trim it up a little bit more, and it fits in here pretty well. I don't think I'm going to have to use any thing to hold it in there, but it pretty much holds in there by itself. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. It's not doing that much suction. It's just doing a little bit of cooling. There'll be air be able to go through there pretty easily. It'll be able to stop a lot of that dust from getting inside from right here. Well, all done. See how it works. See if it does any good. Well, we got us a nice little storm moving in. I think we might be able to miss it a little bit. It looks like it's going to go, at least the worst of it, going to go past us. The weather report said 0% chance of rain. Now, I'm not so sure how they measure their rain around here, but that doesn't look to me like 0%. But I think we might be able to get this clearing here the way it's moving. Hitting the mountains pretty good. A lot of lightning over in this direction. We'll wait and see. Well, I stand corrected. Got a lot of rain over there. Thunderstorms. They got hammered over there. Got a little bit of rain over there. Still going a little bit over there. But here, nothing. Still dusty. They moved over there. I'll let them have it. I think we're going to cap this one off today. Get rid of these gnats here. But we're going to get ready. We're getting ready to move to a new site. I think this is the end of this video. And boy, I'm glad this is the end of this one. We've had an interesting trip coming out of Las Vegas back here to Hurricane Cliffs. That ride from Las Vegas to here. Saw a little bit of it in the video, but you don't know the rest of this story. So we almost to the mouth of the canyon, got to the last town there. They call it Littlefield, and air coming out of the tire, had to stop and tinker with that for a while. Finally got some air back in it, and I wanted to get off the road as soon as I could. I didn't like being on the side of the road. So we got off the road. There's a TA gas station there. So we pulled over there, got the tire changed. And as soon as I got that tire changed, I was getting ready to get back in the truck, and we getting ready to go. I heard this loud crash and bang. Looked up and see this white box, not van, but like a white box cargo.
Like a truck. Yeah.
Like a truck. Half of it was gone. Papers were flying everywhere. I had no idea what was going on.
Car was rolling.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden I see this car flying down the road, except it's doing barrel rolls going down the road, kicking up dirt. This was all within about 100 yards from where we were at. And
The Lord was watching out for us.
you know,
We could have been right there fixing our tire, whereas we drove off to that TA station to get it done.
yeah.
And the Lord was just looking out for us.
Yes, you know, having that tire, getting that fixed, and then all that happening, I got a little bit frazzled. You know, I knew I was going to go through the canyon without a spare tire because there was no place to get that fixed right there. I was going to have to wait until I got on the other side of the canyon, and I was a little bit frazzled. But yes, we would like to give thanks to the Lord for protecting us and getting us through that. And we were both a little bit hyped up, you could say, during that time, especially me. It just wasn't enjoyable at all, but the Lord got us through it. We do thank Him for that. But we got here back to Hurricane Cliffs. I love this site. We spent 2 more days than we wanted to. We wanted to get out here a couple of days ago, but one day there's going to be high winds from here to where we're getting ready to go next. Then the next day, Mary got sick. So we ended up having to stay here even another day. So we got 2 days here. Didn't bother me. I like this site. But we did go to Zion National Park. Took a drive over there, went through the Mount Carmel Scenic Highway. And what a gorgeous, beautiful, fantastic place that is.
Very pretty.
Yes. We enjoyed every bit of that. But now we're getting ready to leave. We're going to what I call our holy grail of places that we want to go. We've been planning this for over a year. This is the spot that we both are looking forward to through this whole trip, this whole 3 months. But for now, we're just going to sign off. We got to get going. We're all packed up, ready to go. And remember, on your next adventure, just do this. Get out
And get going.